Hello, friends. We're going to talk about standard operating procedures today, things that successful people and organizations all have something in common. Whether they call it this or not, they have a standard operating procedure. A lot of big companies, they print one out when they bring on new people. They're expected to follow the standard operating procedure or the SOP. And that way, when they bring on new folks, they're getting a uniform way of doing things that they have um, discovered over time work for them in whatever business situation they're in. So, over the last several weeks, I've been thinking about this, been gathering up information from all of you, and have put together some stuff um, that our most successful people do consistently. They have a pattern, whether it's how they pick a site to work when they go into a new town, how they screen or um, decide which people to make part of their team, um, and how they interact with the customer, how they attract customers to their site, um, how they interact with them to get the most possible benefit from the interaction they have. And I want to show you what our good folks do. Now, it's not just the good folks we have here right now. Um, we also have to take into account that, I've been at this since 2010. Um, these are things as we go along. I'm going to be sharing with you um, various topics that should help you. Now, a lot of you are already doing this. This is mostly for new people. When you're hiring somebody, this video will be there for them to watch, for them to see what. Hold on, I've got a grandbaby in the background. She's not part of the standard operating procedure. She's a wild card, and she's gonna sing for us probably right now. So I'm gonna hit the pause button. She just wanted a breath, man. Anyway, back to what we were doing here. I've put together a group of slides and some signage for you to use when you're on site. But back to what we are talking about before. When you bring on someone new, you can show them these videos so that they'll know not just what to what is expected of them by Gen Mobile operationally during your training process, but what's expected beyond that by us, by you, the team leader, and how someone like, for example, Christine, who's the at this point, July 13th, 2026, is the top rep in LAD, consistently number one. Um, and that's not just in overall marketing, that's amongst the entire 2020 family. And if she's tops in the 2020 family, she's probably tops at Gen Mobile, period. So a lot of this is going to come from the way she does stuff. And we're going to speak about the opportunities you have and why some of these things are important. Um, if you're going to be out there in the heat or the cold, in a strange environment, drive a long way and set up a tent and get out there and interact with strangers, you need to maximize what you get from the opportunities you have, not just maximizing the number of opportunities, but when you have, um, uh, you know, someone in front of you, you need to evaluate them. And now this part, this particular section we're talking about, you've already gone to a good location. You have encountered now, you have a qualified customer. That's the scenario we're going to deal with right now. We're going to talk about maximizing the opportunity that you have with a qualified customer. And you don't have to be overly aggressive or, um, you know, anything much more than just conversational when you have a qualified customer. Okay, so let's go and take a look at what we're talking about. There are some folks lined up. You're out there on a nice warm day, and that pretty little girl there is my daughter, and her soon-to-be husband. When they were working for me, this is I think is on the street in Cincinnati, Ohio. Anyway, they have a line of people, and you notice on the table there's some signage, there's some stuff, and back during this time we had a scripted way that we dealt with the customers. Now, the first thing that you need to do when you're talking to one of these folks who is qualified, um, you need to follow sort of a script. Put your own personality in it, but there are certain things that you must tell them. And the first thing that we want to do before we sign them up is to let them know um, a couple of very important things that keep us within the boundaries of the financial constraints that Gen Mobile has regarding churn. For example, you must make sure that this customer understands that at least one phone call or text must be made every month to keep their benefit active. Non-usage, they're going to get cut off. They got to use it or lose it. Make sure they understand that. That is very important. Like I said, make sure that they understand that they, you know, got to make a phone call, got to use this product or they're going to lose it. If you have too many people losing service because they're not using it, guess what? Gen Mobile will cut you off. They have very thin margins. They've been very good to us with commissions and other opportunities that we're going to see down the line here in this presentation. That it's very important that we do our part to keep the churn rate low, and that's from picking good spots, which we'll talk about on another video, and also make sure they understand another thing. And there's the granddaughter again. There are companies out there who, they're trying to get this customer to go with them, just like we are. They're trying to flip them from us to their product, and that product could be cable, um, any digital service, another lifeline cellular company. It could be, any number of communications companies that have access to this benefit. So you need to let them know. Now this sign, this screen that you're seeing there is something that you can print out, put on your table. And remember to tell them, hey, people are going to be calling you, trying to get you to switch. They may not let you know. Sorry about that. I had to kick everybody out of my office. Hope you thought it was funny. I didn't. Anyway, this little sign here is something you print out. It's 8.5 by 11. My intention is when I send you the link to this video is to send you also PDF files that have these. If you want to print them out, put them on your desk. When you're dealing with a customer, maybe they can read it. But this basically says, if qualified, you and your household are entitled to one Lifeline benefit. You're allowed to apply this benefit to a variety of communication services. If someone contacts you offering a Lifeline benefit on another service, it is your right to accept. However, if you do, your Gen Mobile Lifeline service will be disconnected. Your benefit will then be applied to that new service. And then here's the point you need to make. Do not accept a Lifeline benefit on another service if you wish to keep your Lifeline benefit with Gen Mobile. A lot of the folks that approach our customer don't let them know that if they take whatever it is they're trying to sell, that their service with us gets cut off. You can't stop this from happening 100%, but you can make sure the customer understands what they're doing from our perspective, or at least try. Probably, a lot of these folks aren't going to be listening to you, but you say it. Give yourself an opportunity. All right, so let's get done with that little part, and let's get on with revenue opportunities that you have in addition to the compensation that you would get just for signing someone up. Now, a lot of it due to, you want speed, or you just don't feel that you can sell an upgrade or sell a calling plan when really you can. All you've got to do, really, and you can verify this with Christine, who does a lot of upsells. You can verify this with Seamus, who does a lot of calling plans. Once you've got an approved customer, give them choices, lay the choices out, and then you proceed based on the choices they make. Just lay it out there and let it go where it goes. Now, on the back side of that, make sure you know your stuff. Okay? Make sure you know your stuff, know your product, how it compares to others. You've got really good devices here for upsells. They're brand new. They have a lot of capacity. And you're going to be offering them a deep, deep discount that they can't get out there in the store. So let's talk about device choices first. Let's give them choices. See the lady here? She's choosing between two awesomely good cell phones. One of them is probably free, and one of them might cost her a little bit. Let's talk about it. Now, here is what I recommend. You don't have to do it this way. All right? But do some version of this that you're comfortable with. I've got a little sign made up for you. You print it out. Offer the Gen Mobile SIM card for free. If they already have a phone they like, or they've had Lifeline service before, approach the SIM card as, hey, you want to just reactivate your service? It's free. Did you forget to use your phone? Okay. Well, we can reactivate it for you, and that would be free as long as the SIM card fits the phone you got. Is it an old Gen Mobile phone? Okay, great. Where's it at? Then at this point, you know you're going to get an $8 bonus or $6 bonus or some kind of a bonus for doing a SIM card only deal. Okay? On top of your normal compensation. Next, let's have a phone there, like the little hot pepper tapping. It's free to you. When you activate it, there's no charge coming back on your comp. If you can get $10 for that, then get it. Offer it for $10. Now, between me and you, if a customer don't have $10 and they can't take a SIM card, I'm going to do a free phone. I'm not going to let them walk. It's up to you if you do or not. The situation may dictate that you do let them walk. Up to you. Read it. But here's an opportunity. Here's a choice. Here's an opportunity to make $10 extra just by laying it out there. This little sign or this little 8.5 by 11 sheet, I'll be sending you a PDF with it on there. Here's another one. This is a C5L Max. Looks a little bit nicer than a Tappet, but it's still free to you. All right, so you can put $20 in your pocket just by offering a contrast. If you have both of those phones, if you find yourself with both of those phones in your inventory when you start your day. Basically, we have a variety of things, a variety of devices that we can offer. We're going all the way up to, $100, $110 on some stuff. So, if you want to do those super high end phones, you can. But here are the choices, and I'll be sending you a PDF that has all of this if you want to use it right there. So upsells and SIM cards are a revenue stream in addition to your normal pay that you'd receive for enrolling a customer. Um, give them the opportunity to give you some money right there. And also, you've got another revenue stream that almost doubles your opportunities at compensation from Gen Mobile and myself. These are the calling plans that they've got. These are terrific. Now we did a video on how to get the app installed as part of your phone prep the night before you go out there, so that you can also get that dollar for installing the My Gen Mobile app and verifying an email address with them. Here, once you've got that installed on there, especially the app, there's no reason not to get the email address, right? Because you don't have to wait for all that. You can get the email address, verify it, put it in the Gen Mobile app, and you get an extra dollar for the app, an extra dollar for the for the email address. You know about that. But here's an opportunity now that you've put the app on the phone. Now let's lay out their choices of calling plans. They came to see the free stuff, of course. They came to see free phones and free plans. Here's the plan they get for free: 1,000 minutes a month, 1,000 text messages, and 4.5 gigabytes of mobile data per month, along with, I think, some hotspot stuff, tethering, or whatever. It's free. This is a good plan. It's not bad. It's a good backup plan for somebody. It's a good plan for somebody that's just destitute. And if, like I say here, if you're all about making the minimum, getting by, don't talk about what comes next. But if you'd like to do a little better, and by a little better, doing a little better every week adds up over time. And as you get more used to doing this stuff, you get more proficient at it. Let's talk about the opportunity ahead. Let's put another choice out there. This is a $10 plan. If they go on auto pay, this plan becomes $9 a month plus tax. It includes unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigabytes of mobile data, and 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. For the money, this is pretty good. Now, if you go down here to the lower left, just underneath the text over there on the left hand side, if you go to the Consumer Cellular website, this is the closest thing I've seen in price to this $10 plan. And it's $20 a month for unlimited talk, unlimited text, and 1 gigabyte of data. So for half that price, you're giving them more than they could get from Consumer Cellular. Basically, $10 and change every month. This customer can talk all they want, text all they want. When they're out and about and they need to get on the internet, they got plenty of mobile data to use. Not to mention that they can hook up to the Wi-Fi in their house, hook up to the Wi-Fi in the library, hook up to the Wi-Fi at McDonald's. There's all these places that, $10 a month, that's a great value. Now, if you're talking to customers at the homeless shelter who ain't got 2 dimes to rub together, you're probably not going to sell any of this stuff. But if you're out with a tent in front of the dollar store or the Dollar Tree or in front of a tobacco store, first of all, they're probably paying with a debit card when they go in there and buy their cigarettes. We'll be talking about site selection on another video. But if you're out there where people are engaging in commerce, they might have gone into the store and to buy some anytime minutes for their Straight Talk phone. And here you are offering them a free or deeply discounted device, and for $10, they basically get anything that they want other than unlimited data. And guess what else? You get paid $4 for that. Now, how many of these plans do you think you could do in a week? How many of these $9 ones? If you set up 4 or 5 days a week, like Christine does, Christine sets up 5 or 6 days a week. Trish sets up 4 or 5 days. Seamus sets up 4 or 5 days. Let's say you set up 4 or 5 days and you're getting between 30 and 50 orders a week. And you're not setting up at a soup kitchen. How many of these $10 a month plans could you sell? Did you sign up people for it? You're helping them. Look, this is Mint Mobile, who's advertising like crazy right now. If you watch anything on YouTube, you're seeing Ryan Reynolds all over the place. For $15 a month, they're getting unlimited talk, unlimited text, and 6 gigabytes of data. They're paying $5 more. They have to pay $45 up front and buy their phone to get on this plan. Now, it's an okay plan. There's all these stipulations and catches, but here you got a straightforward deal. Now, there's an $18 plan. There's also unlimited everything except for the hotspot. It's $30 a month. If they go on auto pay, they get a 10% discount. That makes it $27 a month plus tax. Basically, for $30 a month, $30 and change, $31, right around there, tax and all, on auto pay, they're going to get unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited mobile data, and 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. Over here to the left, in the bottom left, if you go to the Straight Talk website and pull up their unlimited plans, the cheapest thing they can get is $45 on unlimited. This $35 thing over here to the far right is just data only. But $45, $55, and $65 a month is what they're paying. How many customers do you see stand in front of you applying for service? Turns out they qualify, and the whole time you're having a hard time getting them to pay attention to you because they've already got a phone and they're playing with it. They're talking to this person, they're gabbing with that one, and they're doing this, that, and the other thing. You can't get them to focus on what you're doing because they got a phone and they're fooling with it. Well, that person's paying for that other stuff, and you see what they're paying for it. If you're offering this, you're not pushing. I'm not saying, hey, idiot, take this $30 plan instead of that $45 plan. Don't you feel like a nut for not taking this? No, you don't do it that way. You say, here, this is this and that. You lay it out on your table. They've been looking at it. By the time you get around to talking about it, they've been looking at what you have set up on your table. And then when you present it like this, let's go all the way back to the beginning of the calling plan. These are your choices. We have 1,000. This is free. This is what the government is paying for you. 1,000 minutes per month, 1,000 text messages per month, 4.5 gigabytes of data. Now, if you need more than that, for $10 a month, you can buy unlimited talk and text and 15 gigabytes of data with 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. And if you do it on autopay through the MyGen app, you're going to get it for $1 less a month. You're going to get 10% discount, which makes it $9 plus tax. I don't know, $10 a month flat. And you've got unlimited talk and text, 15 gigabytes of data. That's half the price of consumer cellular. I don't even know if, um, you know, Straight Talk offers something like that. I couldn't even see that on their website. But anyway, here we are. Great deal. You're offering them that. We've also got an $18 a month plan all the way up to this $30 unlimited talk and text. You're just offering it out there to them. And let's say they sign up for this unlimited talk and text. You get $12. $12. That's more than the commission I pay you to sign them up on this plan. You're going now. Let us put this into context. For those of you who don't think this will work or don't want to try it, don't want to lay this out there, the team leaders, you know what I'm paying you. It's not this much. You're getting out there and chasing customers with the hopes of less than this right now, less than this $12. If you are not giving yourself the opportunity to sell this plan and make money on the devices, you're hurting yourself. You know, every lady that works for us is beautiful. You're beautiful until you get out there on site and it's 99 degrees. You're not beautiful then. You don't look good at all. Just between me and you. From one ugly man to a hot, humid, steamed up, pretty lady that works with me, just being real. I can't look good. You can. It's impossible for me to be handsome. You can be pretty when you go home. But you're giving up all your beauty for those of you that are vain to go sit out there for less than this, for less than what you're worth. All right, fellas, you're getting out there, and a lot of you fellas are going out there. You're braver than the ladies. you're going into some really rough places. Probably shouldn't be going there. You're setting up a tent. You're putting yourself at risk, and you're not getting everything you're supposed to get. You're not giving yourself a chance to get it by not doing this. So print out these signs, put them on your table. Little thumbtacks, tack them to your. You got that. Every one of you's got them plastic or rubber tables, got them cushion tops on them, whatever. You can stick, tape it, thumbtack it, whatever you got to do. Laminate these things, stick them on your table. While you're dealing with the customer going through the qualification stuff, they're looking at this. They're looking at this signage you've got up here. And at some point, you're going to talk about it. When you're ready, you're going to talk about it. When you've got a qualified customer, talk about it. Doesn't take that much time. But you see that money tree right there? If you're going to go out there in the hot, in the cold, some of you work in the rain, some of you had your tents blowed over, thunderstorms popping up on you. You got crazy people destroying your tent, hurting your fingers. Seamus. You got some of these folks are just not nice. And you got to deal with them. Give yourself a chance. Let's say you did 4 or 5 of those $30 plans a week. That's $60. Let's say you did 10 of those $10 plans a week. That's another $40. That's $100. Let's say you can get $10 out of a tapping 30 times. How much is that? That's $300. So just by putting out some signs, you might get and having the conversation and making it part of your standard operating procedure, you might go from a couple $100 a week at this, or $300-400 a week at this, to $700-800, $1,000 a week, and a lot of it cash. And you'd be shocked at how good you get at something over time. Give yourself a chance to make the most out of what you're doing, and give yourself a chance to get better at this and shock yourself. All right, enough. I'm out. Peace, love, happiness, and all that good stuff. Bye.